2023. If the goal is to remove APC and PDP, then Sowore and Obi should work together. DG Adeyanju, welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. In the wake of recent jab aimed at Labour Party presidential aspirant Peter Obi by Omoyele Sowore, renowned human rights activist, DG Adeyanju has called on both men to set aside their differences and work together toward achieving a common goal. In case you have not heard, Sowore, who is also a presidential flag bearer for the African Action Congress, AAC, recently launched a scathing criticism of the Labour Party and by extension Peter Obi. In a short video clip that made the rounds on social media a few days ago, the Sahara Reporter publisher described the Labour Party as an orphanage for displaced politicians. A reference to Obi clinching the party's presidential ticket shortly after his defection from the People's Democratic Party, PDP. In return, thousands of Obi supporters flooded Sowore's social media handles to rain insults and abuses at him over his comments against their preferred candidate and political party. Many went as far as announcing the withdrawal of the support for the AAC presidential aspirant. It is, however, on this note that DG Adeyanju has called for both Sowore and Obi not to lose light of the major objective in front of them as the 2023 presidential election draws nearer. According to a tweet he made a few hours ago, the activist stated that Sowore should not be working against Obi. He also cautioned supporters of the former Anambra State governor not to denigrate Sowore in any way because that will only end up spoiling the chances they both have in dislodging the top two political parties in the country. Sowore should not be working against Peter Obi and vice versa. Neither should Obi fans be insulting him except if the goal is not to remove APC and PDP. They should be working together, he wrote. Quite interestingly, this will not be the first time DG Adeyanju is calling for a collaboration between parties and presidential candidates in the bid to dislodge the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party at the polls. Some days ago, the activist urged P2B and NNPP urged P2B and New Nigeria's People's Party presidential candidate Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso to forge an alliance. In his post, Comrade Adeyanju had warned that no individual candidate had the means and muscle to defeat the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party in an election in Nigeria. What are your thoughts on Comrade Adeyanju's call for B and Sowore to work together in dislodging the APC and the People's Democratic Party, PDP? Okay, see, let me say this. This is the idea Tinubu used to pull out or to push out the People's Democratic Party. You know, the PDP now, they reigned for how many years? They reigned for how many years? For a very long time, unchallenged, until the APC. They tried and tried, and finally, they were able to take them out of power. And what they did was they formed an alliance. APC is AD, is NNPP those days, is AC, is a whole lot of parties coming together to form an alliance. And if you ask me, that is what that is what formed the APC today. And of course, that is what brought people together. The fact that all of them wanted PDP out of power, they have looked at it. If you keep throwing punches at this, two major oppositions, it could be like say we just waste our time. You understand? It could be like say we just waste our time. We could come together, give them one punch, so that they go fly, come up for there. There is much sense in what he has advised them to do. That is the truth of it. Coincidentally, The two of them have the same vision and zeal on how to rescue Nigerians from the hands of those political criminals, parading themselves as leaders of the nation. Please, my brother, put up more effort to bring them together. Peter B has no problem, unless Sowore is jealous of him. How you use no? How you use no? Me to this advice, na very, very better advice. Not just the New Nigerian People's Party, and also this party, even YPP, all of them. I think that sense na be this so, because na this same sense, na this same wahala, na Tinubu, using hand check am, come bring everybody together. We make them form this APC now, where then they call themselves Almighty. Okay. PDB does not have issue with Sowore, and it's Sowore that have been attacking him unnecessarily. True. But what of the supporters? Let me say this. I'll keep saying this. I beg. If they call you something, as a human being, you could try make you not be that thing where they call you. Maybe when you grow up, you get one name and they call you, and you behave like that. If you grow up, you're not going to want to continue. Many say P2B supporters, they don't tell them say, they brutal. Saying that they use derogatory words. They use describe people. Say that they haul all manner of insult at people who no support in their own. I beg. I don't talk this matter, I don't tire. Make una try. Make sure say, instead of retaliating with derogatory comments or trying to insult when you people feel attacked or when you feel your candidate is attacked, the best thing to do is to market your candidate. I keep saying it. It is going to be difficult, but you should not. Another thing to consider is your comment is not a post that you can always come back to delete. You understand? If you drop comment for everywhere, you're not going to know where you drop a comment. That comment where the fee say na just comment na during election if it make or my you one day, now be the thing. Person if you want to invest for your maybe project where they do is see you can't see another one, say which kind of person be this one? Before you know, you don't gas. You go when they bite your teeth. That time you go they remember, so they tell you say no be so that they used to So I beg. The goal remains to have a credible candidate. We go rule over us. Now waiting be the goal. To come out these people waiting for power. We don't make us gnash our teeth. We don't make us come out water for eye. I beg. Okay, on this note we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come away next time, enjoy the rest of your day.